where's my recording? There we go. How are we doing, guys? How's everyone doing? What is good? We got a new chapter today. Very hyped for this one. I know that a lot of other people are doing their streams at the same time. This is kind of like a what, it says I'm muted? Moog says I'm muted. Okay. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a weird situation. I was planning to stream on Saturdays from now on. And today we're doing it, early this week because we got a stream tomorrow with Recon. So if you guys didn't see that, tomorrow we're bringing collabs back with the new series I'm calling Showtime. I'm going to get King Recon on here. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So I decided to move the chapter reaction to today. And then there was a whole scheduling thing because TCB didn't release a chapter until super late. So we had to push it. So basically, there's like 4 or 5 different streams doing the chapter right now. So that is pretty much what we're dealing with today. But that's fine. I'll hold the L, even if it impacts the stream or whatever. So just do me a favor, guys. If you are watching, if you're here, if you're going to stick around for the reaction today, please drop a like on the stream. It helps me out, especially with, this week in particular, having a more rough view count, assumedly. So, yeah. With that out of the way, I don't really have much to say before we get into the chapter. Let me just check in with the chat, see how you guys are doing. How's it going, Anton? What's good? What's up, Nicole? Doc Brown? Frogman, how's it going? Moog, Chance, Dexter. A lot of the homies here. Frogman says, Hidden, I have a mind-boggling theory for when the chapter is done. I'm definitely gonna want to hear it as soon as we get through. Pedro says, beard looking crazy, bro. Yeah, it's getting there. What do you think? You guys think it's too much? It's getting a little long. What's up, Nemphis? He said, hype for your thoughts, Hidden. Not excited for the break at all. That's okay. Yeah, the break is, not exactly the most exciting thing ever. Oh, Dak just raided the stream. Yo, thank you for the raid, Dak. I appreciate it. Welcome to everyone coming over from Dak's stream. But yeah, the way I see the break, excuse me, is it's gonna be a good time to do like other types of content, like other collab streams. I have videos I want to drop. I had a video I was hoping to get out this week, but then when we got the news of the 3-week break, I was thinking, let's see what happens this chapter, because usually before like a long hiatus, Oda will drop like a crazy chapter that we have to sit on for a few weeks. So I was like, okay, the subject matter of my upcoming theory has somewhat to do with what's going on right now and what we're going into with the next arc. So I figured, let's get the new chapter. Let's see what developments happen there, if that helps my theory at all. And then, we have a 3-week break, so that'll be a good time to like drop some new content, I feel like, instead of like this week. Because, for the next few weeks, everyone's going to be strapped for One Piece stuff. So that's the plan right now. I have 2 thumbnails and for 2 respective videos ready to go. I have 2 videos I'm planning to get out over the course of this 3-week break. We're going to try and do another collab after the King Recon one during that time. I know some other YouTubers are planning stuff, so we're going to keep the community busy, even though, we're not getting any new chapters. That's never stopped us before. Sway Shocks, thank you for the members message. He's been a member for 4 months. This break is what us Boruto fans have been living like, like these stream. Yeah. I mean, look, as someone who has read plenty of manga where there's like a month in between each chapter, I don't really mind waiting 3 weeks. It's One Piece, obviously. I'm very excited for everything, and we're in the last stretch. We have a lot of crazy shit going down. So it's like, okay, it's a little bit more like pressing to get the new details, especially because each chapter is only like 18 pages. It's, these monthly manga releases are usually like 30-40 pages a chapter, so it's like you get like 3 chapters in one, even though you have to wait a month. But with One Piece, they're short chapters, so I can see how that would be a tough wait. It's probably going to be tough for me. Let me do a little bit of volume mixing here. Off Psychus, what's up, bro? What kind of collabs with who are you going to be doing, if you don't mind me asking? Well, aside from the one we got tomorrow, which is already scheduled, so I hope that you'll be able to make that. I haven't really talked to anybody else about like other collabs. I have people that I want to reach out to. I'm sure they'll be down. So, you know, obviously I haven't confirmed it with anyone yet, but I have a few people in mind that like I want to collab with. Speaking of, you know, the raid that we just got from Dak, I do want to do a collab with Dak on the channel. It's like surprising to me that I go back through all my collab like history and I don't see one with me and Dak, even though we collaborate outside of YouTube and chill and talk outside of YouTube. It's weird because I feel like maybe it's because I'm so used to just talking to Dak regularly that like I never felt like there was a collab missing, but I realize now that we're missing a collab. Like we need to do that. So that's probably on my list. Yeah, I have a bunch of people I want to get a ton of people on the channel. I want to get Eden's Blue on the channel too. If you guys don't know him, he's another channel. He's really chill. Met him at Anime NYC. Super chill guy. Would love to get him on here to talk and shoot the shit a little bit. Oliver Jones, welcome to Commander, bro. Thank you for becoming a member.
You are my son.
That's true, Moog. I did actually do a collab with Dak, but it's members only. So I do have a few members only videos that are uploaded on the channel, and one of them is me and Dak collabing. Actually, we did two videos collabing. We did an Ancient Kingdom discussion collab, and then we did a tier list where we ranked all the swordsmen in One Piece. That's available on the channel now for all the members. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'm sure there's a lot of fraudulent takes in there. You know, I haven't looked back at my list, but we were definitely fooling around. Yeah, sorry if I'm not sounding great today. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm not like sick, but I'm not feeling great since I woke up this morning. So just apologies if I'm not in like top shape today. Dak sent a member message. Thank you, bro. He said, like the stream. By the way, are you Q from Impractical Jokers? Well, I don't want to spill the beans. It's really hard living a double life, running a television show that is borderline not very funny, and then doing these streams that are definitely not very funny. But I'm trying. Let's keep it a secret though. Let's keep it under wraps. But thank you for the message, Benjamin. Thank you for the 2.5 euros. Eustace Kid will come back in Elbaf. Just wait. I believe it. I think there was this one theory I shared on Twitter. Did I show this last stream? I don't know. It's been circulating. It was circulating on Twitter. I retweeted it, and that got a bunch of exposure to people on my timeline, so they must have seen it too. But it was like a theory showing how like all the Vegapunks are numbered 1 through 6, and then when Kid does his damned punk move, and he makes this mechanical like railgun, it has the number 7 on it. So it's like the combo of him naming his moves with punk in the name, and then having the number 7 on his fucking cannon. You know, there's theories about like if he has a connection with Vegapunk there that we didn't know. I don't know if it's like I don't think Kid was made by Vegapunk or something like that. I don't think so. I think what may have happened is that Kid lost his arm over the time skip, and then maybe he went to see Vegapunk about replacing his arm with a mechanical one. Like, I know people will immediately just jump to be like, well, Kid could have just built that himself using his Devil Fruit powers, and maybe, sure, that's true. But I don't know if there's any explanation for the number 7. If there is a Vegapunk connection there, I think it's that maybe he had some encounter with Vegapunk where he either took his technology or took some scraps of his technology, or maybe there was another clone of Vegapunk that Kid destroyed and used those scraps, or Vegapunk helped build his new arm. So there's a few possibilities, a few ways that could go. Dilcourt, thank you for the 7 Canadian dollars, brother. He said, when did Q from Impractical Jokers start making banger OP videos?
Nice.
Well, it was it was a long time ago. I decided that the best way to go about it was not being rich and famous, but instead was to make a YouTube channel where I just talked about a singular piece of fiction all day. And that was the genesis, I think. What's up, Steve Irwin? He said, love you guys. Appreciate it, bro. There's the one chick in the Revolutionary Army with the mechanical metal arm as well. So if that's true, it would follow a trend of Vegapunk giving people arms, I guess. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, you know, it's not crazy to me that Vegapunk would be out here making prosthetic limbs for people using like the technological advancements that he has. The Ricky Rubio agenda is strong with this one. I've heard the Ricky Rubio thing a lot too. When I slim up, you'll see it more. When I was skinnier, I used to look a lot like Ricky. Alright, guys, I'm going to get into the chapter. I want to just start cooking this. I've been waiting. This is our last chapter before we have our 3-week hiatus. So let's savor this one. Let's enjoy it. Without further ado, boom. Look at this amazing color spread. Wow. Is that Kuma? Is that Kuma there with the straw hats? Cover request by M. Hugh, the Straw Hats on a deep sea stroll using glowing jellyfish as parasols. I'm surprised. Oh, well, I see Vegapunk here too. I was like, I'm surprised it's just Kuma. I like Vegapunk. How is this working though? Deep sea stroll? They're underwater, are they? Aren't they? Looks like Jinbei's swimming. How are these French fries not becoming disgustingly soggy? They should be, under all this water pressure, they should be turning into like mashed potatoes instantly. This is too unrealistic. I fucking quit. I'll see you guys later. Stream's over. Are you still here? Alright, guys. You've passed the test. Let's start the chapter. Chapter 1111. The Sun's Shield. What's this thing called? This is the Itsumade? Something? Forgot what this is called. Mars. I know it's Mars. So he just made it through totally fine. He dive bombed the shield, and he's on the other side of it, looks like. What in the world? This hockey is unreal. The fight's over, Zoro. Let's move. Jinbei. No. Oh! He's still standing. Oh, Rob Lucci looks fucking messed up right now. Hold on. This man is... This man's pulling a Whitebeard. He's pulling a Whitebeard right now. Dying standing up. You think this is it, guys? Is this the end here? He's got like what is going on? He's got like 3 slash marks and then like a vertical, or is that just blood dripping? Damn. I feel like it's rare that we get to see Zoro's opponents like actually have like the cuts on them and like really look messed up after that after those attacks. Can you size up the manga? I can't see. No. Sizing it up is actually dangerous for copyright reasons. You can pull up the chapter alongside me, though, if you want to see what I'm reacting to. I'm assuming you read it already. You should have. Jinbei, have you got him yet? I'm on it. Come on, Zoro, you've already won. Fishman Karate. Sorry about this, Rob Lucci. 5,000 brick fist. Oh, he was just waiting there to get hit. He was just waiting to get knocked out. Damn. Alright, well, that's a rest in peace. Looks like it's over. To me, I don't think Lucci's doing anything anymore after this one. Oh, he's back up! Oh, wait, no. No, he's done. Damn. Rob Lucci of Cypherpole, ages 0. Where is York? Damn. This reaction's kind of unexpected. You think none of Cypherpole knows this? Like they don't know about the Gorosei looking like this? This must be pretty surprising if this is his first time. He's like, this is what I've been fighting for? We have to hurry. What is that thing? She's still tied up in the control room. It's on the 4th floor of Building A. Oh, so he's looking to get York out of there and save York. Because they want York for the Mother Flame stuff. Okay. I don't know, though. I mean, I don't know if they're going to hold their end of the bargain. Because realistically, you know, Saturn is smart enough. He's a scientist. He should be able to... Like, if they just get the information out of York, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to replicate it without her. So I feel like they're just going to... If they're going to capture York, it's to bring her back, get the info out of her, and then destroy her. You know, get rid of her. The two that just ran off are Rono Zoro and Jinbei, the Knight of the Sea. There are 5 more Straw Hats up here and 2 Vegapunks. They're preparing to escape from the back entrance of the Labostratum. Also, there are 85 Cypherpol agents and 4 Seraphim imprisoned in the basement. And we have 6 minutes before Vegapunk's message. Splendid work. I have no further queries. One last thing. My partner should be in the control room. He was badly injured. Please find a way to spare him. That might not be possible. It is hard to single out a lone insect when you're exterminating the hive. These guys love this insect analogy. Damn, this might be what turns Rob to the good side. He cares about his boy. He cares about nothing else besides his boy here. That might be a turning point. Right there. Interesting. I did not see that coming at all. Giant old timers, it's really you. Like the stream? It's been over 2 years, Straw Hat. We hardly recognized you. Gab-ba-ba-ba-ba. They tell tales of this god, about this god in Elbaf. Where did you learn about how he looked? Your appearance. It's a pleasant surprise. Gaba-ba-ba. She. I don't get it, but we can talk later. Giants. A most unpalatable complication. What enormous beasts. It feels like we're back in the jungles of Elbaf. Old-timers, we're not meant to fight right now. We're supposed to run away. We know. Sanji told us when we bumped into him earlier. When you see Luffy, tell him we're meeting up on the other end of the island. Dory and Bragi, I'm counting on you. Got it. See you there. We decided to help you escape. Luffy's group. After we saw the news. Okay, so Luffy's group is here. Oh, this is the best. Whenever Oda does this, this is like one of the best parts. Is dropping like a map of the island, explaining the locations of everything, where we are. Like, this is something I feel like not a lot of authors do with manga, right? How many manga do you read where they like actually map out the location fully and like help you understand and put things into like, you know, relative space? That's very appreciated. Very appreciated. So Luffy's at the back of the island nearest to the Buster Call. They're coming off the Labostratum. Elbaf's ship is here. Sanji and Vegapunk Bonnie's group's already at the exit. Okay. The report said the Navy was surrounding you after all. He blows a horn. Huh? The signal from the captains. They found Straw Hat. Head to the ship. We're getting out of here. Rescuing them was our only goal. It's not like warships have to have treasure to loot anyway. You're not wrong. Gyahaha. Damn it. They're signaling a retreat? That won't do. Allow me to blow a horn of my own. It'll drive home the futility of escape. Roar. That's like a Big Mom. Is that like the Big Mom shout? Like, you know when Big Mom was crying? Crying at the wedding when the picture of Mother Carmel broke? Big Mom was crying so loud it was like a Conqueror's hockey scream. It kind of reminds me of that. It's pretty interesting. Damn. Oh, it's blowing the winds like around the island and everything. And these trees are getting blown back. These buildings are shaking too. Okay. Let me just say this. I appreciate... One of the things I like most about Gear 5 is not just like the eyes popping out of the head. Or the running like Roadrunner or whatever. I like when there are new things like Oda finds new ways to, you know, how should I put this? I'm basically just saying I'm glad Oda didn't have Luffy's eyes pop out of his head like every other time. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's finding new ways to make this character do cartoonish like shit. That his straw hat, his sandals. Are those the little fur cuffs on the bottom of his shorts? Is that what that is? The little fur like on his shorts blew off. The eyes and his scar fucking blew off. That's awesome. And his chest, that looks like his chest scar too. That's really funny. I think Oda should have went all the way. I think it would have been even funnier if Luffy was like fully naked on top of that. Like his shorts came off and everything. Like it's like literally everything came off of him. He's just like fucking... Oh, that's good. This is a good gag. Yeah, the island's going crazy again. Hey, you good, Straw Hat? You held on? Your body's so funky. Yeah. That was close. He's like sticking it. He's sticking them back on like stickers. A Conqueror's Hockey Roar. Who is this guy? Some government big shot. Wah. Brogy, right. Oh! He can turn his tusks into like swords. Sun Shield's fallen. Okay, so this is why I was waiting for this chapter. This is why I was waiting for this chapter to work on the theory, because I'm looking for like Elbaf related stuff, and this is exactly like the type of thing I wanted, right? Like these sorts of like little name drops to connect to Elbaf. I'm gonna have to look up what that means, but I think this is a thing that Oda's gonna be doing with the Giants. He's gonna be having them drop like special names and things in their attacks or lore that are going to connect into the world, because they talk about the Sun Shield, the Sawing Sun. You know, they talk about how they knew about Nika. Like the Giants got lore that we need to know. What quirk of destiny ties you together? Do you have any idea who that man is? Of course we do. He's our buddy. Yeah. Split Skylda. Skilda? Is that Skilda? Damn. But it's kind of like splitting the sky, right? Like split Skylda? What? How do you pronounce that? If that's where you stand, then we'll have to erase you. It's a little bit silly looking for Saturn here, no? We'll have to erase you from world history along with him. That's Venom, watch out. He just grabs a palm tree. And no! I knew this was gonna happen. Okay, I'm not even counting this as a spoiler. I saw people making Gear 5 jokes on Twitter where they were showing the scene from Tom and Jerry where Tom has the dog chew the piece of wood into a baseball bat and then hits him over the head. I was not ready for that to show up in this chapter. Oh, I love this fucking character, man. He paints it. He just has paint. He forms a baseball helmet, like... Oh, this is great. Oh, man. I need more of this, man. I need more of this. This is so good. Just generating, like, a baseball bat out of thin air, basically. That's so awesome. So now we know how Mihawk got his sword black. We figured it out, guys. He got his black blade this way. It's confirmed. Foreshadowing. Nicole ZGB, welcome to the crew. Welcome to Commander, Hidden Island VIP. Appreciate your membership.
You are my son.
That's great. He's got the number 56 on his shit. Like that's his jersey number. That's good. Have a taste of your own medicine. It's a fucking nuclear explosion. Oh man. Captains, the flames will block off the forest. Alright, let's go. They're gone though. Gababa. No, we have to hurry. These guys can't die. What do you guys think of that? These guys can't die. Do you think that's more like, do you think that's Luffy's interpretation of events, or do you think this is Oda using Luffy as a means to tell us, hey, the Gorosei can't die? Like, it's not just that they can regenerate really fast. It's like specifically they cannot die. Because those mean two different things, right? Like if something can regenerate really fast, you could assume that you could still kill it. But if they just can't die no matter what you do to them, meaning they don't age, they can't die from injuries, like... Interesting. Then let's get a move on. Are they really immortal? No idea, but no matter what I do, they keep coming back. I've never heard of any race or ability granting that kind of power. We may be running, but I still count this as a victory. Gabababa. I love that this chapter has given me a lot of opportunities to just do gababa or gya gya gya. Because they're like, Dory and Bragi have probably my favorite laughs in the story, or like among the top 5 best laughs in One Piece. And I just appreciate that they do it in between every speech bubble. Jinbei, Zoro, hurry, we're on our way. It's faster just to run normally. In front of the ship, look. You're not going anywhere, Jewelry Bonnie. Where's the room displayed on the monitor? Yeah, monster! It spoke! Who are you? Leave me be! Kizaru-san, are you hurt? Let us treat you. My wounds run deep. We should attend to them right away. Just let me rest already. I feel bad for Kizaru a little bit. Come in. Oh, here we go. Something way bigger than a giant just showed up on the northwest shore. The flames aren't even phasing it. It's like a titan in the middle of an inferno, and it seems to be growling something. Forgive me, Joy Boy. An apology for what? Hold on. We got a lot to chew on at the end of the chapter here. This guy's had too much to chew on. 15 chins is crazy. I'll be honest, Oda. I love your character designs 98% of the time. I do not know what the thought process was when developing this guy here. What was the what was the objective? I need to know. It's not threatening. Okay, so York is potentially going to spill the beans on where Vegapunk is broadcasting from, or where the recording is being filmed from. But I don't know why... Are they assuming that whatever room it's being filmed in is where the broadcast is coming from? Because I feel like that's a little bit of a dumb assumption. Like, it's not a live broadcast. Vegapunk is dead. So whatever room it's being filmed from doesn't necessarily mean the broadcast is coming from there. But I guess, I don't know, we'll see. York's definitely gonna get kidnapped by the Gorosei, I think. Either that or she's just gonna be left to burn with the rest of the facility. Great chapter. Let me see the I saw a member's message I missed. Brandon King says, on Impractical Jokers, Q is tonight's biggest loser. His challenge: provide a good argument to chat about how the One Piece is a McChicken sandwich. I don't even know where you want me to go with that one. How am I gonna connect a McChicken to the One Piece? I'm gonna have to do some real research to make that happen. Thank you for the message though. Vid, thank you for the members message. Wasn't an apology to Joy Boy also on one of the poneglyphs? No, it was so you're thinking about the poneglyph on Fishman Island that was written to Poseidon, and it was an apology from Joy Boy. So Joy Boy wrote an apology to Poseidon, but not anyone apologizing to Joy Boy. What I think though, I'm not even connecting this to that moment. I'm connecting the Iron Giant here. This Titan, I feel like, has a lot more in common with Zunisha than anyone else, if I had to guess. Because just think about it, like, giant thing from the Void Century who seems to have some personal connection to Joy Boy. Both this giant and Zunisha, that are both alive today, knew Joy Boy personally, by the looks of it. So I don't know. I don't know if they're both related. I don't know if maybe there were more giants like this one, and one of them got turned into Zunisha, or was Zunisha always that way? Is this just another thing that, like, I don't know. I don't know. That's something we got to think about a little bit, because, you know, we're getting a little bit more of the Ancient Kingdom with every passing chapter. Little tidbits, you know, pieces of information that show us what the Ancient Kingdom might have been like. If this is what their technology was capable of, these giant machines that dwarf actual giants, and they're resistant to fire and all types of weaponry, powered by some mysterious unknown power source. Then you have giant elephants that are, I mean, is Zunisha not like the height of the red line practically? Like, this thing's incredibly tall, just walking around in the ocean. So, like, what did the world look like back then? I'm starting to imagine a lot more machinery. I'm starting to imagine a lot more fantastical creatures wandering around. Giant elephants. I don't see why a giant elephant wouldn't fit the bill of whatever these monsters that the Gorosei are, right? Zunisha doesn't seem to be able to die, or at least hasn't aged, or it hasn't had a problem with aging from what we can tell. It's been around for 800 years at least. You have other giant animals like the Gorosei. If they're not devil fruit users and they're the original creatures, you know, who's to say that animals in the ancient times didn't talk like other people? Zunisha can clearly talk and communicate, at least through some kind of mind rope hockey thing. So who's to say that the Gorosei are any different from whatever Zunisha was, right? Like, you know, maybe their world was one just filled to the brim with more incredible, mythical, giant creatures like this. Zunisha, the Itsumade, the fucking sandworm was chilling, you know, and maybe the Ancient Kingdom, in order to deal with this environment with all these prehistoric, ancient, massive creatures, invented this equally massive giant robot thing. You know, I'm thinking like Ruskaina, how, you know, Luffy spent that time on the island for the time skip, and it was full of all these prehistoric, incredibly massive, powerful creatures. You know, it could be that the Ancient Kingdom was that, like, on a larger scale. Mr. Rubik's, thank you for the 5, bro. He said, I feel like Joy Boy's companions, Zunisha, Iron Giant, were tricked into Emu to betray Joy Boy. I bet we'll at least meet one more giant Joy Boy ally. I don't know if it's... I don't know if Zunisha was tricked, because that would imply then that Joy Boy was the one that transformed Zunisha as a punishment. But I don't know about that. I feel like if anyone was tricked, maybe the Iron Giant. I could see that. That would make sense for why an apology is necessary. Frogman says, I think the Iron Giant is ores. That's an interesting concept. Like the actual ores. And that maybe the one that Moria had was like a fraud or something. Ali Tabuga asks, why was the iron ores delayed 600 years? Well, I think what might have happened is that it was scrapped. I don't know if it was delayed or anything like that. It might have just been scrapped and forgotten about. And there wasn't anything that happened in 600 years that... well, it really depends on what the power source is, doesn't it? Right? Like if it's dreams, or if it's the drums of liberation, or if it's some sort of intangible thing like people's, you know, wishes for something. I don't know. Like if its power source depends on certain factors to power it on. I think the reason that it hadn't powered on for 600 years is because either there wasn't enough power to do that, or it wasn't close enough to that power source, or that there was nothing that, you know, there was nothing that would have incited it to power on, you know, because now is when all the stuff in the world is going to shit. Now is the time where, like, the entire history is coming to a head, and, you know, it would make sense for the robot to wake up now. We saw the last time it happened was with the Fishman rights movement 200 years ago, and maybe that had a large enough group of people all wishing for the same thing that would have powered on that robot. Yo, Parvision, thank you for the raid, bro. Appreciate it. Welcome to everyone coming over from Parvision's channel now. Thank you, bro.
You are my son.
But yeah, I think it's just a culmination of everything that's going on right now that caused the giant to start acting up. Gotta say, this sentence here is brutal, man. One Piece will be on a 3-week break. You do not want to see that at the end of a chapter. Damn, Hidden, you cried this chapter? No. I haven't cried in a minute in One Piece. I think that, actually, no, that's not true. I cried at the Kuma flashback. I shed a tear. I shed a tear the chapter that Jinny died. And then Kuma was praying. And, yeah, that got to me. That got to me. And he, like, was holding baby Bonnie in his arms. That was really sad. The hockey paint. That almost made me cry, yeah. My world came crashing down around me once the hockey paint was confirmed. This is great, man. This is an all-time Gear 5 moment right here. This got to be one of the best attacks that I've seen Gear 5 do. Just by the principle of it. Like, how wacky it is. Um, 1102 with Kuma running. Yeah, that was also a tearjerker. Yeah, Kuma's flashback was really emotional. I think that was way more emotional than anything in Wano for me. I'll be honest, there was nothing in Wano that got me to cry. I'm trying to think. Like, the Odin flashback didn't do it for me. The Yamato flashbacks did not do it for me. You know, actually, there was one moment that kind of almost got me in Wano, and that was at the end. That was when they were putting all the lanterns up into the sky and making wishes for, like, what they wanted. And one of the lanterns said, like, I want to see my mommy again. Like, one of the kids made a wish that, you know, because their mom died. Another one was like, I hope I can have something to eat. That was actually very emotional. I think that was the emotional high point for me of Wano. And it makes sense, you know, Luffy about to deliver the final blow on their villain. And you have all the wishes going up into the sky. It's a really beautiful moment. Yes, that's good advice, Par. Said take care of your health just like Oda, and that's to everyone in the chat too. Yeah, I am going to be taking care of my health today. I'm going to be doing a shorter stream than usual because I am feeling a little bit crappy. Matthias goes, how did you not cry in Wano when that man I forgot the name of got executed and everyone was laughing due to the smile fruits? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't cry about... I don't know why I didn't cry over that guy that I forgot the name of. Yeah. That's a good question. You can't be at... You're setting it up. You're setting Wano up with that one. Oh, man. How didn't you cry in Marineford when that one guy died? Forgot his name. But, like... Damn, nice of Oda to do a break for you to have time to recover hidden. Yeah, thanks, Johannes. Yeah, no, I was talking it over with Oda on the phone. I was getting some ideas for my next theory. I was like, hey, man, what am I allowed to spoil for readers on the next theory? And he gave me the rundown on what's coming up in the story, so I got a little bit of that. And then, you know, I asked him if he could take a break, so I had a little bit of time off to recover. And then he said, sure thing. And then I closed the basement and locked the door behind me and left him in there. So, he's still my hostage, for those wondering. For those that are new to the stream, that used to be a joke. People were like, Oda's in Hidden's basement. Hidden has him locked in the basement. That's where he's getting these theories from. All the Admiral fans cried when Green Bull pulled up only to get punked from several kilometers away. He's never living that down. He's never living that down. He's, I think Green Bull's forever going to be the lowest tiered Admiral on everyone's list purely because of that showing against Shanks. I just can't see it going any other way. Like, what could he possibly do from this point to win our respect back? He got completely dumpstered. This guy, though, I'm getting a lot of respect for Kizaru, I gotta say. Not that he's free from all of his guilt here, but I don't know. I feel like Oda's building up to something, guys. I think Kizaru's going to do something. Something that the Gorosei do not want. Right? Because he spent the entire arc following orders, and it seems like he's kind of done. He's like done with all the bullshit. He's fed up. He doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to help. He doesn't even want his wounds to be treated right now. Is that like him implying that he just wants to die? Like Kizaru is so tired of it all. He's sick of it. It could go a couple ways with this character, man. I pegged him for being like a loyalist. Up until now, I thought he was kind of this like airheaded loyalist. You know, if you remember back when I made the Akainu video, I quoted like I was, you know, referencing the movie, the live action film that the Admiral likenesses are based on, and you know, in that movie at least, or like the one that I talked about, Kizaru's actor plays like a very traitor type role, but like he's like an ass kisser to the top brass. Maybe this is kind of the same thing. Like now I'm realizing, yeah, he was a traitor in that, right? Like, so he's going to be a traitor for the world government. But who knows? I mean, we already have Aokiji, right? Like Aokiji already split off. So are we going to have more than one admiral leave? You know, that'd be pretty interesting to see the consequences of that. And if so, like if Aokiji goes with the Blackbeard pirates, where does Kizaru go? If he betrays the Gorosei here, or betrays the Marines, or like, you know, just calls it off. He's like, I'm done with this. Where does he go? Right? Do you think he joins the revolutionaries? He's not joining the Straw Hats. That's not going to happen. I know there's immediately some people are going to say that. But I've seen weirder crewmate suggestions before. We got the dent today. Look at this dent. Look at this dent, guys. You think Tony Hawk can do a fucking ollie off of this shit? You think he's doing kickflips on this fucking dent here? It looks ridiculous. Hashtag Kizaru for Nakama. Don't do this. Don't start. Don't start with the Nakama Kizaru shit. It's not gonna happen. I would hate that. I would genuinely hate that. I like Kizaru. I don't want him on the crew. It's not gonna happen. Hair dent. Hidden, you got the Tyler 1 head dent. It's not even my head. It's just my hair. It's just the hair. I'm not a genius like Tyler 1. You know, I heard that he was doing chess now, and he like got insanely good at chess in like a few months. And I was like, damn, man. I have a lot of respect. For a League player to do that, League player goes and masters chess in like a, you know, a handful of months. That's pretty impressive. Sure, bud. It's just the hair. No, it is. I promise. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me, okay? That's not the shape of my head. That's not the natural shape of my head, okay? This is where I store all the theories, okay? Right in here. This is where you insert the theory disc. Ow. Probably got too much time on his hands. That's why it was so easy to memorize the moves. Yeah, I mean, it's probably also just like, you know, if you're a streamer and you're just playing a game all day, you're going to get good at that game. Like, if he's just playing chess all day, he's going to get good at it, you know? Most people can't do that. They don't have the time. Good thing Bald Hidden isn't real. Will the Goro say stop the broadcast? I don't think so. I don't think so. If they do stop the broadcast, I think we're going to get part of it. I don't think the entire broadcast is going to be stopped. I think what's going to happen is they're going to do part of the broadcast. Vegapunk's going to drop some new information. And before he drops some big piece of information that would be like earth-shattering, then they cut the broadcast and they manage to get it off. So maybe the broadcast will get off enough information for people to be like, hey, something's weird here. Like, what was he about to say? What's going on? And then just before he gets to the real kicker, they cut it off so that still has to be revealed later in the story. So it'll be enough just to spark the flames of revolution around the world. It'll be enough to raise questions in the general population. But maybe they don't get through the entire speech. I could see that being a possibility. As for cutting it off just like entirely, like we don't hear any of it, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If Oda was building up to this broadcast for 5 chapters with a countdown and everything, and then the countdowns for nothing, it doesn't happen, then, you know, what's even the point, right? You know, I'm realizing now that we mention it, we didn't get a time lapse this chapter. We didn't get to see how much time happened between last chapter and this chapter. So I'm wondering how many minutes we got left on the countdown now. Because this seems like it could have taken place over the course of like a couple minutes, you know, a couple more minutes, right? Oh, they did say in the chapter somewhere, didn't they? They said something about the signal going off. Oh, 6 minutes. Lucci said 6 minutes, right. Okay. 6 minutes before Vegapunk's message. What was it last chapter? 7 minutes? But that's the thing, right? He says 6 minutes right at the beginning of the chapter. Like, the chapter just started, pretty much. And then this all happens, and then there's all this stuff that happens. So, it's more than 6 minutes. Now we're probably at, like, the 5-minute mark or 4-minute mark. Next chapter is going to be, like... gonna have to be, like, 5 minutes left. 4 minutes left, I think. So the whole chapter is only 1 minute? I mean, maybe. Maybe. But, you know, it's 7 minutes last chapter. The events of last chapter lead directly into this chapter. Barely anything happens, and then Lucci's like, we have 6 minutes. So, and then you have the full rest of the chapter with Luffy and the Giants fighting Warcury and Mars going over... Because, you know, Mars had to ask Lucci those questions and then go fly over to York and now start interrogating York. So it's probably been a couple more minutes than 6. I feel like we're in the last 5 minutes as of next chapter. We're getting flashbacks before 0. You know that, right? We'll see. We'll see. I feel like a flashback's coming. One final, like, shortish flashback to end the arc. I could see that. Maybe tied into the speech. You know what I want to see? I don't feel like I've heard anybody talk about this, but I want to see if Vegapunk's truly dead, and this is it. This is the last we get of Vegapunk. I want to see a flashback of Vegapunk's childhood. It might be a little bit out of place here. It might seem a little bit weird, given what's happening right now on the island. Like, doesn't really add anything to the Gorosei and all this shit. But I would like to see a flashback of Vegapunk as a kid. Like, first discovering his love for science. What was the name of his home island? Was it Baltimore? I want to see him on Baltimore inventing, like, the heating technology for the island, or heating, or like the all the stuff they use on that island. Like, what led him to this today? You know, I would like to see a little bit of insight into Vegapunk's past, and maybe something about his experience. Maybe he had a negative experience with the world government as a kid, which led him to working against them his entire life. And so, like, this is how I'm picturing the events going down. We get a flashback of Vegapunk's childhood, discovers his love for science, eats the brain fruit or something, goes on to, you know, become a young scientist. The world government fucks with him in some serious way. He gets the idea that, okay, I'm going to use my science to better humanity. World government be damned. And it cuts back to the present where he's making his announcement, like his final breath, like this is the end of his life. And it's like, I've come a long way. And the announcement goes off and he drops the truth of the world or something like that. I think that'd be nice. I think that'd be pretty nice. Like a short, it doesn't have to be a long flashback. Like 1 or 2 chapters. That's it. I would be happy with that. Because I feel like Vegapunk's such an important character, and there's so many things he's done that we didn't get to see before he died here. For example, we never got to see exactly how he managed to put devil fruits into objects. Like how he combined an RPG with a dog. How he combined a sword with an elephant. Like, you could see the course of Vegapunk's life rapidly progress through some short flashback, and somewhere in the flashback you throw in a little thing like, look, I've discovered how to transfer devil fruit powers into objects. You just do X, Y, and Z. And it's like we get to see Vegapunk learning and growing and developing as a scientist. At the same time, we get that little bit of lore that we've been waiting for. I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering ever since Alabasta, how did Vegapunk do that? And now that we've gotten to the arc, I was always under the impression that at some point in this arc, Vegapunk was going to illuminate a lot of the mysteries around devil fruits, and he just didn't. And he doesn't seem to know that much about them, honestly. Because, like, with the Logias, he hasn't cracked the Logias at all. Obviously, there's imperfections in his creation, so what's the explanation? How did he do it? I want to know. I feel like we could get that if we get, like, a little short flashback thing. Who has Ray said, you just got to smash the fruit into the object? And what, you just, like, cut a fruit with the sword, and then that counts as the sword eating it? Tommy Barr said, hidden, cover this take. Okay. Joy Boy is the progenitor of the Buccaneers, Lunarians, Mermaids, the Sea Kings, Zunisha, the Minks, the Giants, and Robots, all other races. Awakened Joy Boy can make his imagination persistent. I think that's a really cool idea. If all the races of the world, or like, if it used to just be a world of humans, and Joy Boy created all these different, amazing, different types of people, and like used his imagination to like what if people came to Joy Boy and was like, hey Joy Boy, I want to be a mermaid, or I want to be able to swim in the ocean, and Joy Boy was like, okay, sure, gives them like mermaid tails, or like turns them into fishmen. Hey Joy Boy, I want to be really giant like you. Okay, you're a giant now. Does some stretchy shit. Hey, Joy Boy, you know, it would be really helpful if I had longer arms. Okay. Long arm tribe. Long leg tribe. Snake neck tribe. You know, they're like, I could see that being the case, you know? That's a pretty good idea. Like all the different imaginative races and creatures of the One Piece world are maybe like created by Joy Boy a long time ago. And you know, perhaps that's the reason, now that I think about it, wouldn't that be the reason why Emu is so intent on enslaving all these other races? Like why you don't see any fishmen or giant celestial dragons. They're all human. Or at least the ones that aren't Gorosei are human, as far as we know. So it's like, okay, so they're all human. They clearly have a bias against non-human things. Could it be that they hate every creature that isn't a human because Joy Boy made them? Right? Like, could that be the possibility? That's like, okay, they don't like the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are destined to be their slaves in their point of view. The fishmen should be slaves in their point of view. All these different, like, genetic abnormality, or I don't want to say that, but like, you know, different races in One Piece, like these different things that are like, they're humanoid, but not quite human. The giants are not quite human. They're very large. The fishmen are not quite human. They have human properties, but they still have the properties of fish. So could it be that the world government sees this, or the celestial dragons see this as a problem, specifically because their origins lie with Nika, their mortal enemy, right? That could be the case. All these different groups are more likely to be the product of imagination, right? Because, like, you know, you have Usopp talking about all these different crazy things he's seen at the beginning of the story. Usopp has a very active imagination. Nika probably had a very active imagination because Luffy does. And, you know, if Nika was responsible for anything in the One Piece world, I think it would be all the abnormal stuff, the stuff that doesn't jive with our real world, like stuff that doesn't exist in our world. Because for the most part, everything else in One Piece could exist. Like, aside from the magical powers, aside from the magical creatures and races, you know, it's a world of boats, pretty primitive technology, humans walking around. I could see the other elements, all the fantastical elements, being some kind of creation of Nika's. So, the one and only asks, does the number 56 on Luffy's bat mean something special? Was wondering if you know. It just means Gomu. In Japanese, like, you can, the number 5 is Go, and the number 6, Roku, can also be written as Mu, as like, depending on the context. Like, if you're saying, if you're like using, if you're counting objects or something, instead of saying Roku for 6, in a lot of cases you would use Mu. So 5 Go, 6 Mu. Gomu Gomu. That's always been Luffy's number. He's just, Oda's done that. Oda is cooking. I agree. Yeah, humans are still beneath the Gorosei in their eyes. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do call them insects. Even here, like, even though, I don't know, Kaku's definitely a weird type of human. That is not a regular nose. But, I mean, they do regard anyone that's not royalty or a noble as an insect. So, you might be right about that. Tavi said, happy you like my idea, make a video about it. Yo, thank you, man. If I have, like, a lot to add, I'll make a video on something like that. But, it's tough, because a lot of ideas, like, I can definitely do, like, short videos on, especially some really cool ideas have been dropped in this chat before. But sometimes, I don't know, like, when I try and write stuff down, I feel like I only get, like, a page or two in, and I've covered, like, most of my thoughts. I don't know if it's video worthy at that point, but not to say that that's the case with this one. I'd have to give it a try. But if I can come up with some other things to add on to it, like, for me, the big thing is being able to take one idea and then expand upon that in a bunch of other different ways. So if that leads me anywhere else down some interesting trains of thought, or if it connects to my new theory that I'm working on, I'll definitely put it in there. I'll give you a shout out too if I do. No one said, crazy to think Joy Boy lost with Zunisha, the giant robot, Gear 5, ancient weapons, and I'm guessing a swordsman that's capable. Yeah, let alone a swordsman, probably a crew that was capable. But you're right, it's crazy to think he lost with all those advantages, right? He had a giant country-sized elephant, a giant robot, Toon Force, apparently weapons of mass destruction, and friends, and armies probably that rallied behind him, and he still lost. So either the world government has some ace up their sleeve that we don't know about, or they cheated their way to victory. Like they one-upped Joy Boy, kind of like how Odin got defeated by Kaido. It was like trickery. It was abusing Odin's kindness and love for his son that Odin lost. You could make the argument he would have lost anyway to Kaido, but I think it's a lot clearer that, you know, that Odin lost because he was tricked. It would have been a much closer fight if he wasn't tricked, I think. We would have been seeing a lot more back and forth. So, if I had to guess how the world government got into power, it would probably have to be, yeah, they tricked Joy Boy in some way. Have we ever seen a Gorosei talking to or interacting with a celestial dragon? I wonder how they treat a regular celestial dragon and not like Fagarland. I don't even think we've seen them talking to Fagarland. So, I don't know. They might treat them the same way. But, I mean, obviously they give the celestial dragons a lot of favor. So, I don't imagine they'd be calling them insects, but maybe they do treat them like kind of like they're little grunts, you know? They're bitches. Like, they kind of just like slap him around. Hey, Charlos, come here. Psh, psh. I heard the food supplies are short. Why didn't you assign security there? Psh, psh. You fucking idiot. Your hair looks stupid. Psh, psh. You fool! But yeah, guys. Alright. I hate to cut the stream short today. I'm starting to really feel the soreness in my throat as I'm talking. So yeah, I don't know if I'm coming down with something's going on. So I'm gonna try and maintain my good health for today. We do have the collab stream tomorrow, guys. I hope you'll all be there tomorrow. We're doing a collab with King Recon on this channel, new collab series. I hope that you can be there. I do wanna save my voice and make sure I'm healthy and rested for tomorrow's collab, because if I come in tomorrow and I'm feeling like shit and my voice is messed up, it's not gonna be, you know, ideal. So I think we're just gonna call it here. This is a great chapter. It sucks. I wish I could have gone into more depth because we do have 3 weeks of break, but we're gonna pad out those weeks with some good stuff. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. On your way out, please do me a favor and like the stream. It helps me out a lot. And please, please, please show up tomorrow, at least just to say hello to me and Recon. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It'll be great to see all you guys there in the chat. And you know, we're kicking off. It's a new series, so I definitely want to see how it jives with you guys, like how you guys like it, and you know, if it's something we should do more of. So it'd be great to have as many people there as possible to get that good opinion, interaction, all that stuff. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop off, guys. Thank you for being here today for another stream. I appreciate all of you. I will catch you tomorrow afternoon at 7 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a great rest of your day, a good night, and a wonderful romance dawn. Take care.